Medical terminology is the professional language of those who directly or indirectly are engaged in the art of healing. Its strangeness may seem bewildering at first to the average student, and its complexity may tax his power of concentration. These difficulties, however, gradually disappear as the student assimilates a working knowledge of the elements of medical terms, which enables him to analyze words etymologically and according to their meaning. In the beginning, the drudgery of memorizing is somewhat annoying to the novice in the field, but memory work is only stepping stones to a keener understanding of the professional language. It is obvious that the intellect is constantly engaged in the study of medical terms in various types of mental processes, the analysis of words, their interpretation, and to a moderate degree, the transfer of knowledge by combining word roots systematically with prefixes and suffixes. Since the definitions of terms touch on a number of specialties, medicine, surgery, urology, gynecology, psychiatry, orthopedics, endocrinology, oncology, laboratory diagnosis, and others, medical terminology adapts itself easily to the integration and application of knowledge. Professional workers in the health fields, hospital administration, nurses, medical record librarians and secretaries, medical and radiologic technologists, and physical therapists will find in this subject matter ample material of practical significance for their professional careers. The terms selected and the selective process is imperative because of the multiplicity of terms which revolve around the human body in health and disease. The one dynamic power of the biological sciences, which never loses its interest value. The time-honored principle to proceed from the normal to the abnormal is realized in the organizational pattern in which anatomic terms form the foundation for diagnostic terms and related operations or operative and symptomatic terms. Instead of street or stress on etymological subtleties and Greek and Latin derivations, emphasis is laid on the meaning of word roots and combining forms because this approach facilitates the acquisition and retention of knowledge. The primary goal of introducing the student to medical terminology is to help him develop the ability to read and understand the language of medicine. Efforts are directed to promote a knowledge of the elements of medical terms and understanding of standard medical abbreviations, the ability to spell medical terms, and an appreciation of the logical method found in medical terminology. The majority of medical terms claim Greek and Latin ancestry. Some have been adopted from modern languages, especially from the German and French. Obviously, the process of coining words by usage continue as time goes on and new scientific advances necessitate verbal expression. Theoretically speaking, word formations should safeguard the purity of language by joining Greek roots to Greek prefixes and suffixes and Latin roots to Latin combining forms. In reality, many medical terms are bilingual in their derivation, as, for example, teleradiography, which combines the Greek prefix tele, meaning distant, with the Latin root radius, or ray, and the Greek root graphic, which means to write. Another peculiarity in medical terminology is the fact that frequently the name of the organ descends from the Latin, while the disease affecting that organ is derived from the Greek. For instance, marrow originates from the Latin medulla, but an inflammation of the marrow is termed myelitis from the Greek stem myelus. Concerning the spelling of medical terms, more than one way may be acceptable due to the way that both the Greek and Latin spellings of the medical terms have been adopted as being correct. Attempts have been made to give both spellings throughout the text. Nice introduction to this book.